Welcome back to the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open. We have gotten you set for this moment. Right now, all these teams have been fighting for a spot in the main draw, and now we can finally bring you that action. Welcome back to Punta Gorda, Florida, where we are in the Sunshine State, but the rain has wreaked some havoc on us in the last few days, which is why, yes, Dom, we are playing under the lights here in Florida because we had the rain us out last night and this morning. Didn't get a chance to start a lot of this mixed doubles action until this afternoon. So now we're through the pre-qualifiers, through the qualifiers, and into the main draw where the rules are a little bit different because of all the weather chaos that we have had here in Florida. So here it is, the main draw, 24 teams. In the first two rounds is shortened because of the rain. So it is 1 game to 15, win by 2, side out scoring. You make it through rounds 1 and 2. Starting with the quarterfinals, we return to our regular format, which is a best 2 out of 3 games to 11 regular side out scoring. You guys got it?
Got it.
Squared away? All right. Let's play some pickleball and introduce you to who we're going to see here on championship court. Top of your screen here, Simone Jardim playing with Ronan Camron. Simone, 44 years old, out of Naples, Florida, just under an hour south.
Yep,
south of here.
Good geography.
Thank you. Florida geography is my specialty.
I think you see AJ in here. She's pointing up and down. South? South.
I'm pretty sure it's south.
We got it.
Anyway, so it was south is where Simone Jardim is based out of.
Yes,
Naples,
that's where we
Florida.
live. Yes.
Chad is.
She is
that way.
Partnered up.
I'm that way.
She's partnered up with Ronan Camron. If you watch the APP in 2023, you got to see glimpses of this young 19-year-old based out of Fort Myers, Florida, just down the road from where we are here in Punta Gorda. He made it to the gold medal match in men's singles on the second to last stop of the APP Tour in 2023 in Houston. So we've gotten to know him a little bit. Excited to share more of his story with you as we get this match underway. But Jardim and Ronan Camron are taking on Alia Brown and Caden Seward. This is a young team. Alia, you can see there, just 17 years old, out of Alpharetta, Georgia, just a bit north of us here in Florida. Her partner, Caden Seward, 21 years old.
Both
out of Joplin, Missouri.
Both members of the Next Gen national team.
So give us a little bit of insight into this duo, Chad.
Alia and Caden actually beat Simone and Rob Nunnery to end the year in Chicago at Rosemont. So, Caden is a scrappy player, a deceptive player. Able to speed up a lot of balls, very wristy. Balls get you by surprise. And then Alia is continuing to grow her game. Definitely ended 2023 a lot stronger than she started the year. We saw her make a little bit of a deep run here on Thursday in singles.
She made a very nice run. She's playing very well in singles. She ran into Megan Fudge, who was not missing much the other day.
Happens to the best of them, you know? Doing great, and then you come up against somebody like Megan Fudge, playing so clean, so strong. Speaking of clean, speaking of strong, Simone Jardim, that has defined her pickleball career. A veteran of the tour, of the sport, and here she is, paired up with a 19-year-old. And Chad, you were talking a little bit about how this partnership came to be. What can you share with us?
Yeah, so we actually started the Simone Jardim Foundation back in 2020, which was a foundation working with juniors, fundraise money to help with training costs, with travel costs, with tournament fees, and it had kind of been stagnant for a little bit. And then in 2023, we got to know Ronan. He's here from this area in Fort Myers, and he's friends with Eric Onsins, who we know well through his dad, and when Eric Onsins and Jaime started playing kind of back in 2016-17, we became close with them. So then Ronan and Eric came down. We're training with Simone. It's not a secret that it's been difficult for Ronan as far as cost-wise associated with traveling, with entry fees, and everything to be able to play in a lot of tournaments. So Simone made the decision through some applications, an application process, and giving him a little bit of assistance as far as helping with the cost of tournaments and travel. And along with training together, they felt like they had a pretty good partnership. And Simone was like, hey, let's start out the year together, see how we go.
Love it. So Ronan, like you mentioned, has such a unique young story when it comes to pickleball. Just 19 years old. It was actually his grandma Linda who he said got him into the sport of pickleball. Before that, he played baseball, soccer, golf. He was a switch hitter in baseball, so watch out for a very strong two-handed backhand. All right, now that you know him, let's watch him play, shall we? Simone Jardim with the serve to get us started on championship court.
Side out. 0-0-1.
0-0-1. Quick side out here. It's going to be Alia Brown with the serve. Camron deciding to let that ball drop.
A little confusion. I think he thought Jardim was going to take that ball initially.
Big reach there from Seward, but forehand out of bounds.
It's a tough ball to try to reach over. Caden's not the tallest of players, so he doesn't have the reach of somebody like Roscoe Bellamy, who we just saw.
Point.
That ball pulled a little bit wide by Simone. 2-0-2. Simone Jardim with a strong two hands there.
Well, nice speed up right there from Jardim, but it's not only about the speed up, it's about where, right? And it's the veteran move of the perfect spot on Brown.
Second serve.
Jardim missing a couple of balls into net on that forehand side.
0-2.
Good counter there from Brown. She read the speed up nicely and goes behind Camron.
2-0-1.
2-0-1. The score for Brown serve. Little love off the net there for Brown. Jardim can't make the adjustment. So it'll be another point here. And a 3-0 lead for the young duo of Brown and Seward.
As that wristiness and that wrist action of Seward, definitely deceptive, puts a ton of spin on the ball.
Great placement there from Brown right into that waist area of Camron, like you were talking about in the last match, Chad. Camron sitting on it, but couldn't get it back over the net. Ooh. That ball off the net as well, but
Ball's in. Point.
so the ball.
Simone doesn't argue it. She goes, no, sir, it's 5-0-2. She just corrects him immediately.
Good ball movement there from Jardim, going out wide, then back into that left foot of Brown, and then back out wide.
0-5-1. Second serve.
Cameron can't put enough lift on that one. Get it
little-
back over the net.
Little flat-footed.
0-5-2.
Not anticipating it enough. Got to be on the balls of his feet and read that ball right there if he wants to go for it. And then right on cue, nice, beautiful drop right there. Aggressive drop from Jardim right at the feet of Alia Brown.
Yeah, good drive and crash behind on that one from Cameron. Shorter return. Seward didn't get enough on that one.
2-5-2.
2-5-2.
Point.
Yeah, we're seeing some struggles coming, well, uncoiling from this stack right now. The last 3 points, not able to get deep returns.
Timeout.
Okay, that one was deep, and it caught
Right.
the line.
Right, exactly, right on cue. Well, like you said, Chad, the uncoil of the stack was giving them some problems where they're trying to fight to get into position.
Oh, that's kicked up there from Caden.
6-3-1. Point.
A good counterattack there from Jardim. Recognizes that the ball floats a little bit, takes a step back to give herself some space, and counterattack that speed up from Brown.
Thank you. 6-3-2.
6-3-2, the score for Brown serve. Around the post there from Caden.
That's a beautiful job by Caden Seward. As watch him let this ball travel as far as he can and then get around it. And it's a tough shot because it's his backhand too.
7-2.
Simone Jardim with the filthy change of direction. Held that on her paddle to the very last second. Take a look.
3-7-1.
Well, sets it up like
Oh.
she's going to attack Brown. Seward takes a step to the middle. There's the baseball hands.
I can say Ronan
it is.
Canner getting the better end of that firefight.
4-7-1.
4-7-1.
Second serve.
Just fading away just a little too much was Jardim right there on that drop.
4-7-2.
Ooh, a little too flat there from Cameron. Seward left that ball up, tried to roll it, but didn't grab.
7-4-1.
Oh, and Brown ready for the speed up that time. She wasn't the first time Jardim went there, but that time she was. And it's a nice counter right here. And just doesn't do too much. Short and sweet and down to the backhand side of Ronan Cameron.
So at the end change, Alia Brown and Caden Seward doubling up Jardim and Cameron here on Championship Court in this first match that we're bringing you live of the main draw. 8-4 the score right now in favor of the young duo. 17 years old is Brown and 21 years old is Seward. This is a game to 15. Must win by 2. We're doing that for these first 2 rounds because the rain has had it out for us here in Punta Gorda. And so we're trying to get back on track and caught up here. So a game to 15 to decide who moves on to round number 2. If you're Jardim and Cameron, new in this partnership, but Simone obviously a veteran of the game. She always knows the strategy that she wants to enact when she gets into a match. Chad, what do you want to see from them out of this end change?
I think they've just got to develop the point a little bit more. You know, it's
8-4-1.
definitely tougher for both sides after sitting around for a long time and then coming in. Seward and Brown have done a better job being ready.
Second serve.
That's how you do it right there.
Not ready for that.
Ronan Camron going right at the body of Caden Seward.
A little bit of a miss hit there from Brown. Tried to keep that one a little bit tighter to the net.
So, out of the end change. It's a quick side out here for Jardim and Camron.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Brown getting a steady stream of balls right now. Going to try to put the pressure on her.
5-8-1.
Oh, good spot right there as Alia Brown leaning to the sideline, and then Seward a little late coming back in.
6-8-1.
Jardim and Camron putting together a little run here.
Point.
I mean, that's the shot for Seward. He has that in his bag of tricks. That one, he just does not get the paddle head low enough. It's a little flat. Ooh.
Second serve.
A little off balance there for Jardim. Tries to speed it up, but gets caught in the body.
7-8-2.
So pushes them onto their second serve. Ronan Camron with it.
A little confusion in the middle right there, and
But an important service side there for Camron and Jardim as they go on a little 3-0 run. Put themselves within one. Brown and Seward with an opportunity to extend their lead, but Brown leaving that one short. Into the net. Onto their second serve.
8-7-2.
A little bit of a firefight there from both teams. Quick hands from Seward and Camron.
coming out on top, though, finally get that ball down at the feet of Alia Brown.
Good finish there by Seward. Caden with the forehand right at the feet of Simone Jardim.
They put some good roll on it. It kind of skips up on Jardim. This will be a big hold for them here if they can give up no points and get that ball back in their hands with a lead again.
Oh, Simone with the drop.
Just perfect timing, perfect spot, just enough up and over Brown's head. They're both leaning into the kitchen.
A nice step in there from Camron. Brown and Seward weren't expecting that. Good little flick. I was waiting to see what the call was.
Yeah,
Not expecting it around the post from that far back in the court.
The ATP from midcourt by Jardim gives them a 2-point lead here. A timeout from Seward and Brown. Feeling the pressure here.
An impressive run here from Jardim and Ronan Camron. At one point, they trailed 8-4 at the end change, down by 4, and now they have held Brown and Seward at that 8 points, but gone on a 6-0 run of their own. A big part of that, this point here, it's our Gamma Never Stop Playing Rally of the Match. Take another look.
A little hand exchange here from both teams. Short and quick there from Seward and Camron, but as you said, Dom, during that point, Camron finally able to get on top of that ball, get it down to the feet of Brown, and it was also crossbody after she'd been sitting backhand.
So it'll be Jardim with the serve here out of the timeout. 10-8-2.
And that's a ball that Camron needs to let go. And that's a ball that Camron needs to let go. And the reason being is because Jardim is going to get that off a big bounce. She's there. She's covering.
Again, steady stream of balls, steady diet of balls at Alia Brown right now.
Good leave there by Jardim. Ball sailing a bit long. So a side out. No points added for Brown and Seward. And instead, it's Jardim with the serve and an opportunity to extend their lead.
Well, that ball skipped on Jardim, too. And again, now the temperature dropping. The ball's going to get a little more slick. The court's going to get a little more slick.
Another signature drop by Jardim there to get that point, the rhythm back on, or excuse me, lob by Jardim to get the rhythm back on their side. Look that. And just like that, Jardim and Camron continue.
For Jardim and Camron. Make it 9.
So it's a 13-8 lead. Another look.
13-8-2.
Ball just missing deep right there, but missed serve into the net from Camron gives him the side out.
8-13-1.
Alia Brown with the serve. Camron and Jardim just taking turns, dotting the sidelines there, alternating side of the court the ball is on. On to their second serve, are Seward and Brown.
Oh, so good. And she was trying to do that earlier, but right there, what does she do? Drops the paddle head and just takes some pace off that to keep that in. They're not expecting any kind of attack.
Oh. Another missed serve from Camron.
13-8-2.
13-8-2, Jardim with the serve.
Yeah, again, Cameron's trying to come forward, put pressure on, but once he's past that ball, Jardim's back behind. She can come forward, drop that ball. Ooh, that's a bit too wide there from Jardim. Tried to create that hard angle.
9-13-1.
9-13-1 for Brown.
See, those are dangerous speed ups too for Seward. Why? Because he's coming all the way on the other side. And you have Camron and Jardim are too smart. If they're going to speed up, they're going to go back behind him.
Great defense by Brown and then coverage by Seward to put that one away.
Yeah, the miss hit on the overhead there from Camron. And a good defense from Brown. Nice step over from Seward to close back behind Jardim.
I like this timeout here. 3-point lead is a significant lead here. If it gets to 2, it's a lot obviously closer. Don't call me out on it, Chad. I know 3 is more than 2. But again, calling it with the 3-point lead, I like it. Slow the momentum down. Don't let them get any closer. Get this side out. Get it back in your hands so you can get this game over with. And only 1 game to 15 again. It gets late real early. We talked about that earlier in those games to 11 especially. But these games to 15, same thing. You only got 1 game. Figure it out here. I like the timeout here from Jardim and Camron.
This is definitely shaping up to be a bit of a game of runs. At one point, it was Brown and Seward with the 4-point lead at 8-4 before Jardim and Camron went on a little run of their own, an 9-0 run to take a 13-8 lead. Now it's Brown and Seward with the ball on their side and 2 quick points.
Pterodactyl on the court.
Oh, that's exciting. Jardim gently encouraging the little.
Said pterodactyl to get off the court.
Do we think?
We have
large moths.
Yes, they're
we
very
have
large.
large cockroaches.
Yes.
Ugh.
We have
They're
large
palmetto bugs.
large exotic insects.
We don't call them cockroaches. We
No,
call
they're
them
palmetto
bugs.
Well, they shouldn't be on the court. Jardim knows it, so now that it is off, play resumes. Great ball there, guy Cameron down the middle, force the side out.
Yeah, a good speed up here from Jardim into the body of Brown. She doesn't get enough on that counter attack, and then Cameron steps over, takes control. Ooh, nice misdirect.
Yeah. It surprised Cameron. He forced to play it.
13-10-2.
13-10-2, Jardim with the serve. Big overhead there from Seward and an important hold for Brown and Seward. Another look here at the overhead winner.
Yeah, that's a good drive there from Seward. Has some dip to it. Cameron tries to cut it with the open face, but it kicks up.
Jardim tries to go inside out, and I think she wanted to keep that lower inside out to the sideline here, but just pops it up a little too much on this next one.
12-13-1.
So now a chance here for Brown and Seward to tie things up.
Hands of these young kids is just incredible. And now all tied at 13.
13-13-1.
What once was a 5-point lead has shrunk to nothing for Jardim and Cameron, and Brown and Seward with a chance here to take the lead
Receivers, 14.
and set up a match point opportunity. You talk about games of runs, and that's exactly what this is. Jardim and Cameron busted out got behind first, 8-4 on the end change, and then went on a 9-0 run, up 13-8, and now it's a run of 6-0 from Brown and Seward, so take that lead back.
Here's how they got to a match point opportunity.
A little long on the forehand there from Jardim.
So a timeout called on the court by Jardim and Cameron. Want a chance to think about this match point opportunity ahead of them? What do they need to do here to defend the ball, get it back on their side?
Well, I mean, honestly, throughout this one, yes, they had that 9-point run, but it's been a little inconsistent as far as the control and the ball movement. Seward's done a good job of stepping over and taking control. Brown has kept them in points as well, but it's been the errors by Jardim and Cameron that have allowed Seward and Brown to get back into this one and give the match point.
Not if Cameron has anything to do with it, though. Stepping in, big forehand, finds the feet of Seward. Can't get it back over the net, so second match point opportunity here. That time, Seward right into the body of Ronan Cameron to finish the match. 15-13. These 17-year-old and 21-year-old have punched their ticket to the second round.
Yeah, good comeback here for Brown and Seward. Again, Seward stepping up, taking control of the middle. Finishes off with a strong forehand.
A little pancake finish here in the middle as he slides to the left to kind of clear himself a little, but gets that pancake and goes right at the body of Ronan Cameron.
So an impressive championship court debut for the duo there of Alia Brown and Caden Seward, taking down Simone Jardim and Ronan Camron. They will move on to the second round here of our main draw in mixed doubles, and we'll have more action for you when we come back to the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open.